Welcome to the first episode of Thinking Too Much, a series where I talk about stuff that have lasted on my mind for more than a minute. These episodes can range from theories to just chatting. If I spend an extended amount of time thinking about it, I'm going to talk about it on this series. For the first episode, we're going to be looking at a well known SpongeBob episode called Procrastination, or otherwise remembered as the essay episode. In this episode, SpongeBob has to complete an essay with an unfair deadline about what not to do at a stoplight, and it has to be 800 words. However, a dirty kitchen, chatting, and extreme imaginations distract him from ever completing this essay, and even though inspiration does strike him later, he is told at the end of the episode that the assignment was canceled, and with it, his soul. Now, you're probably wondering why I would even talk about this episode since it's a pretty straightforward episode. It's just somebody who's really procrastinating on an assignment. But I was thinking about it one night, and there's something about it that kind of pulls me off, and I'm hoping that I'm not the only one who saw this because this really just kept me up for a good 30 minutes. What I'm proposing is that Mrs. Puff had no intention of collecting that essay. I believe that this assignment was a fake assignment, and that Mrs. Puff was lying at the end of the episode when she said, "Sorry, I tried to call you, but I have to go to a teacher's convention." At first, it just seems like something that would naturally happen. Like, something came up and you can't really grade like a large amount of essays that big. But then I was thinking after rewatching it that I caught something that I didn't see before. So, at the beginning of the episode where she's explaining their assignment, her eyes just do like this evil grin that I never caught before. And like that just makes me think that she's not really intending to do this assignment, like grade it actually. That's why I believe she is lying at the end of the episode when she says she tried to call. Now, at the end of the episode, SpongeBob is the only one who goes to class, like, there's nobody else there. And it's implied that everyone else got a call from Mrs. Puff telling them that, hey, this assignment is canceled. But, like, just kind of looking at various episodes, at most, Mrs. Puff's class has about 20 or so students, all with different schedules and all who have their own life. So, theoretically, it's more likely possible that at least one other student wouldn't get a call from Mrs. Puff. But that's not true in this episode. The only one who doesn't get a call is SpongeBob. Like, just like connecting her face at the beginning and her words at the end, like they don't really match up. Plus, she said she had a teachers convention to go to, but as we all know with conventions, they have their like schedule set out beforehand. Like that's how you plan your day, is because they set out like a schedule of everything that's going to happen at the convention and stuff like that. Like there's no way she didn't forget about it. And like she has to be lying at this point. Like, and another point you're probably thinking is, then what's the point of her giving a 800 word essay if she's not going to be there? Like if she knows she's not going to be at school. Okay, well, think about this. Who was the only person she didn't call? It was SpongeBob. Like he's the only one in the classroom that shows up. So what if she told everybody else besides SpongeBob that, hey, I'm going to be going to this convention, but I'm going to be giving out this fake assignment. Now I want you to act like that, you don't want to do this assignment, but you don't have to. The only person who has to do this assignment is SpongeBob, but you have to act like this is something you all have to do. They're all on plan with this, and they're like, okay, whatever, he's annoying, we don't really care about him. we're just gonna go along with this plan. And this essay is a sort of revenge thing against SpongeBob. And that's why she didn't need to call them, because they already knew about this plan, except for SpongeBob. That's why SpongeBob is the only one to show up. Okay, I know I kind of rambled, but point is, everybody knew that the assignment was fake besides SpongeBob. And I'm guessing the reason for this is because this assignment was meant to be a sort of revenge plot towards him, as a sort of payback for all the medical expenses he gave Mrs. Puff from the previous episodes. And it was meant to torture him, because if we also think about the deadline, like, this deadline for an 800-word essay is like so unfair. And yeah, it's like an easy assignment, but I mean, like, still 800 words is, it's still a lot for an easy assignment. Like, if you ever just sit down for like an essay and try to think of words of how to say things different and bring new ideas, it is still hard to do. I don't know. Point is, I think this assignment was a fake assignment and that Mrs. Puff didn't call him at all. Now, for a counter argument, yeah, there was like multiple points in the episode where she could have tried to call him, like seriously tried to call him. You know, like when he was cleaning the kitchen for 4 hours, or when he was talking to Patrick and Mrs. Puff could have called, but the line was busy, or when he was in like his deep, deep sleep and she tried to call but he didn't hear it. Like, yeah, there's points in the episode where she could have called. I hope you can see why this episode kept me up for a good amount of time. It sounds like I'm really rambling about this, but like, it just kind of makes sense to me now when I look back on it. Like, in conclusion, after rewatching this episode, 1, I think the assignment was fake. And 2, Mrs. Puff is lying at the end of the episode and she did not try to call. Thank you for watching this episode. Like and subscribe for more in the future. And I hope you have a nice day, morning, or night. Bye.